Hello and welcome back to another episode of Boston College Dynasty here on College Football 26. In this episode, we're going to be taking on the California Golden Bears as well as Pitt in the next week. Two games in the ACC. We've started out 3-0, 1-0 in conference play, obviously. Take a look at the schedule, give you a recap if you missed any of it. Started out with a huge dominant win over Army. That was pretty expected. But then following it up, not only just beating Michigan State, but also Stanford equally brutally. Coming off the bye week here, we got this game against Cal, and then we got to play Pitt. Two ACC matchups, good conference play. Coming off our first conference win of the year against Stanford, I feel pretty good about where things are, but we can't let our guard down. These are teams that we're pretty evenly matched up against overall-wise. We'll take a look at the rosters. You'll get to know the players eventually. Cal is without a doubt the toughest defense that we've played all season long. Great linebacker, Harrison Taggart, obviously TJ Bush Jr. around the edge. Hezekiah Masses is a stud corner. The senior is going to shut down our number one option, Lewis Bond. But they also have another great backup, number two, really, corner in Brent Austin. You see all those abilities he's got. Cade Olave is also a very good linebacker. Jacob DeJesus, I don't know. Number 22, that's all you need to know. We'll be looking out for him. Dude, these names are something else. Devin Brown, junior quarterback, is going to be the leader of their offense. Got a pretty strong arm mixed with some pretty good accuracy. Not super mobile, but I don't know if I would say he's just a pocket passer. If you give him room to run, he'll definitely take it. They've got a three-headed monster at halfback, Brandon Hyde Jr., Kendrick Raphael, and LJ Johnson Jr. I expect to see, if not all three of these, at least Raphael. Nobody crazy at the tight end position, and their line isn't anything spectacular. They can definitely run it up the middle. Tyson Ruffin's definitely the captain of their O-line. Not a bad option, but I don't know if I would say I'm exactly intimidated by their front five. On defense, though, I could not be less opposed. We're going to have a lot of trouble running the ball. I'm at least expecting to. I don't think it's going to be any easier over the middle either. Although Ryan McCulloch, he's got an injury, though, so shouldn't have to worry too hard about him. Their safeties aren't anything crazy either. Jordan Sanford is probably the best ball hawk. Looks like he could do a lot of different things for him, so we'll try not to throw 24's way. Decent kicker, decent punter, but again, nothing we can't handle there. We know what this team is. They're 4-0 on the year already. This is their first conference game of the season, though. You see they're 4-0. None of it's in conference play, so could be a rough awakening for them, playing a team like us on a roll. But we're coming off a bye week. Things might be a little rusty. Obviously, we've got a good cast of guys ourselves. I'm really looking forward to getting into this game. I'm going to have them wear this standard ways, and then I think we're going to wear the double red at home. We do get to host this game against Cal. There's us breaking through the flag at Alumni Stadium back at home. I mean, beautiful football weather. Nothing like it. We got Detrell Jones back here. Oh, he's got some space. Gets all the way to the 29. Yeah, we're looking for TJ Bush for sure. We're going to get a handoff on the first play to Jones, and he's going to get us a first. First and 10. Got a lot of routes going here. We're going to go over the middle, and Skeet can't hang on. Second and 10. We've got Bond, but didn't really like any of that, honestly. Brings us now to third and 10. I'm going to go underneath to Reed Harris. He breaks a tackle, sets us up at a 4th and 1. They want us to punt. I mean, come on. You know I'm not doing that. 4th and 1 is super doable. I know they've got a good defense, but did we not get that? Wow, that's crazy. Cal makes a huge stop and now brings out Devin Brown. He's been pretty great so far. Well, that is why you punt, ladies and gentlemen. Probably the first time in any of my series is that I've really, oh my God, just got juked out of my shoes there. As I was saying, though, feels like I pretty much get that every time, get faked out by that screen there, and we wrap them up eventually at the 29. Wow, Cal is driving, giving us a reality check, that's for sure. On the RPO, they're going to deck it out and get 4. Thornton on the edge here, going to see if we can't get them on this blitz. They pick it up and get it to their man for the first. First and 10, new set of downs after that. They are going to hand it off and get popped for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 after that quick pass. They're going to hand it off. Nobody near them, but we wrap them up at the 1. 1st and goal. We got Blackwell trying to blow it up, but the block's set, and Cal is in. Like I said, Raphael going to be a big name to watch in this one. We got to trail back to return this one again. Not great blocks, but we get to the 26. 1st and 10. And we get it to Skeet, but he can't hang on again. 2nd and 10. We're going to get hit in the backfield. Pass doesn't even get off. We knew this Cal defense was going to be rough, but holy moly, I was not expecting this level of pressure. We're going to go a jet sweep to Skeet. Take the yards we can get. It's only 2. Tell you what, we're definitely punting now. Not going to go for it on 4th and 8. Punting anything crazy. They're going to take over at the 40. Let's see if the defense can do a little bit better this time. They're pretty obviously passing. And of course we... Okay, man. We're just going to get juked out of our shoes and give up a huge first. 1st and 10. They're going to go to the dump off. Somehow get around that. Get popped, but another set of downs. Going to blitz with Price. And they get it outside to their man. I don't know how we're not making that tackle. We're getting smoked, though. By Jesus. Jacob to Jesus. All right, 1st and 10. Going to get it to McDonald. And he's going to hang on, get us to 2nd and inches. We are at home, man. Like, we cannot be getting blown out like this. And McDonald still can't get the first. That is so brutal. We're going to run it again, though. And big opening there. Detrell gets us into the other side of the field. 1st and 10. Going to get it to Bond over the middle. And he carries that for 8. 2nd and 2. Going to get that to Bond again. He catches it and gets the first. Nearing the end of the first quarter. 1st and 10. Going to get that over to Reed Harris. And he gets us 10. And that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Not the start we were hoping for, but definitely the adversity that we were hoping for. Did mention a couple videos ago, didn't want it to get too repetitive with all the blowouts. So, hey, finally meeting some resistance. Let's see how this team will respond. 2nd and inches, going to run that, get it to Bond. He's going to get it inside the 10. 1st and 10, going to set up a little run to McDonald. He hasn't got a lot of carries. McDonald again looking to get another touchdown. Oh, my gosh, he just can't get there. 3rd and goal. Going to get that out to Jones. He's going to keep them feet in and get into the end zone. Narrowing that lead down, exactly what we need. Got to claw our way back into it. Now it's on to the defense. Can we hold Cal to a stop? I mean, it's been hard all game. 1st and 10. What's Cal looking to do? They got that RPO. Get it out to their guy. We're going to wrap up. Gain of 3. Their quarterback still hasn't missed a throw yet. Insane. They're going to get this pass over to the running back. Nobody on him. We can't wrap up again, and we push him out at 43. Kendrick Raphael, the 2 first name God himself, absolutely cooking us so far. They're going to run that play action. He's going to look to scramble. Nobody's on him for some reason, and he slides down at the 36. 1st and 10, going to run this little blitz. And they're going to run it up the middle and gain 3. Brings us to 2nd and 7 after the short gain. They are going to throw it outside again. Nobody wants to hold him. Gains the first. 1st and 10, new set of downs. They are going to fake that handoff. Going to go over that middle. Find that spot in the zone. Get the first again. Our defense is Swiss cheese right now. Another new set of downs. This time they are going to hand it off. He's going to spin and get popped after the gain of 6. And now they're here at the goal line. They run that fake. And nobody stays with him. Crazy catch there. Pretty sure I said that guy wouldn't be a threat, but Cal's quarterback has still not missed a throw, dotting us up. I knew this was going to be a test. Don't think I was estimating properly how much. 1st and 10, looking to respond. We've got Detrell, just can't find him. 2nd and 10, going back to the air. Going to get it underneath. Reed Harris makes a move, gets upfield, and this new set of downs. 1st and 10 again. I don't know how Grayson James got out of there. I have no clue at all, but he's to the 38. Huge play. And we're going to get that out to Lewis Bond again, and he gets the first. That is going to take us to the 2-minute timeout. They are very pressed up on us here, and I think that leaves Rajon open. I just called him Rajon, and Detrell got hurt. Oh, that is so brutal. Poor Detrell. I can't even remember his damn name. Wow, that's a horrible throw. That's just absolutely horrible. All out of sorts. I mean, we had a drive going there. We were cooking with gas and just threw it all away. Cal trying to keep it moving, and he's out scrambling again. This time gets another first. I told you, Devin Brown is not to just be given open space. 1st and 10 again. They are going back over the middle. This time they only gain 5. As long as we hold tight the next couple of plays, just don't give up any big gains, we should be all right. 3rd and 5 will help out, and they call their first timeout. 3rd and 5. Can we hold them? Their pressure got there. Wobbly duck, and they're going to have to punt. I think that might have been their first incompletion of the game. Crazy that our first stop is coming with a minute to go in the half, but, I mean, you'll take what you can get. I'm not trying to be too picky. Minute to go and 2 timeouts. Feels like they're pretty prepared for that, especially if our guys aren't going to block for us. We'll take that out of bounds. 2nd and 10. Going to get that to Bond, and we're not going to get a first, but we get it to 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Going to get that out to McDonald. He easily gets the first, and we're going to use our first timeout. 1st and 10. Through some hot routes up here. We're going to get that to Bond. He gets over the top, and he's gone. Lewis Bond, instant offense, do your dance. I'm hyping him up. I don't care. I love getting it over the top to him. Huge, huge score. Definitely needed that. Brings us to a 1-score game again. Gives us some momentum going into the half. I mean, there's plenty to like here. KP Price again, ready to blitz off the edge. And the blitz does eventually get there. 2nd and 10 now. They're going to go out and gain a 2 on the play. Hopefully they won't even snap this ball. They'll just take it to the half. Looks like that's what they're doing. Now they got to get one more run off. I was about to say, if they broke that for a touchdown, I would have quit. 21-14, the score at the half. You got to feel good, though. It was 14-0. We fought our way back, made it a lot closer towards the end. And if I don't make that dumb interception, we might be talking about a tie ball game. We don't get ball at half, obviously. That is unfortunate. 1st and 10. Let's see how Cal comes out the half. They go underneath. RPO action gains 1. 2nd and 9. Another halfback in the backfield. They motion him. And now it's a pass. They're going to go underneath. We wrap him up for a gain of 4. 3rd and 5. Big down here. Oh, man. How did they fit that in there? What an insane throw, honestly. I'm going to take a second look at that. He sees him. Perfect pocket, by the way. Floats it right over him. Right into the pocket. Falls down. Anyway, back to another set of downs here. And, oh, come on. We need this. He's asking for it. Let me just break it up. 2nd and 10. We're bringing some heat. We'll see if they can make us pay. No, they go down with the sack. Jalen Blackwell makes the play. 3rd and 17. Going to go cover 1. They left him wide open on the side, but coverage sack gets there. Kendrick Alexander, to be exact, gets his first sack of the day. So we do eventually get the stop that we needed. I feel pretty good about how this possession went. I feel like you have to. 1st and 10 after the punt. Going to get that to Reed Harris. Get him another catch in motion and a first. 1st and 10. Going to send Bond deep. And going to get it to Skeet. And it's another drop. Turbo Richard in the game. And we're going to give him the carry. And good reason. He gets it to 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches there, just inviting me to run the ball. So run the ball I shall. Turbo, another first. We got to respect the run. Got to make them respect it too. New set of downs, another carry. McDonald just cannot get anything today. They're pressed up again. 2nd and 9. Gonna get that underneath there. Gain 5. Probably had some other options, but this is what I felt was safest. And 3rd and 4. McDonald gets us the first. We're driving again. New set of downs. Gonna get that out. Bond cannot catch it. Definitely not Bond's fault. Just he wasn't able to come up with it. 2nd and 10. Gonna get that underneath. Finally, Skeet gets the ball, and he gains 7. Now 3rd and 3. Gonna get that out to Turbo, and he's got the speed to get the first. Keeping it simple. Another set of downs. We're gonna get that to Bond. Oh, he just dropped it. I mean, we had that. Probably a touchdown on that play. Whatever, got to reset. 2nd and 10. Gonna have to try and throw that away. I can't believe he got that off. 3rd and 10. Not sure what to do here. Nate Johnson just can't come down with it. It's gonna bring us to a field goal. Not an easy one by any means. We're gonna kick that. Oh my God, we missed it right, but there's a flag. Did they just bail us out? Roughing the kicker bails us out of a missed field goal. That's insane. So now 1st and goal from the 7. We're going to get that to McDonald. I mean, what is 53 doing there? The blocking in this game can just absolutely be terrible. That was a great example of it. Going to get that to Bond. We're here at the 4-yard line. I'm just going to run it. And McDonald ties this game. Hasn't had a great game, but he's been our guy in the red zone. Got 2 scores on the day, if I'm not mistaken. And I guess he didn't tie it, but that play does. Thank you to the game for bailing us out. But we have rebounded. Now a tie game, playing Boston College football. Cal now. Momentum of the game kind of in the balance here. They are going to hand it off, get up the middle for 4. Brings us to 2nd and 6. They're going to go outside. We're going to wrap up that time. Force 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. We tried to get there with Blackwell, but they hold the block. Takes us to a new set of downs and a new quarter. Lewis Bond has been pretty much perfect other than that one drop. Receiver battle's been very interesting. Not sure what's going on with the lighting in the stadium, although this run here goes for a gain of 4. I don't know, maybe it's just the new quarter. Sunlight is all over it. I might have just blown a pick. That was a pretty bad throw there, but we bat it down. Might have been right into our arms. Who knows? Oh, my God. Guys running into each other over the middle, juking him out of his shoes, and now they're in the red zone. 1st and 10 in the red zone. What are we going to do? They're going to run it, and they're going to gain 4. Now we're at 2nd and 6. What's happening now? They're going to pass the ball. Know that much. And, of course, they get by there. We'll hit him, but he slides. Down at the 7. Now here we are. 1st and goal. They're going to run to the outside, and they're going to lose 2 on the play. 2nd and goal. They bring this guy in motion, and they're going to go down. Wow. Quintavious Hutchins finally making his mark on this game. He's been very productive all season long, very consistent player. And we're going to have to give that up. Otherwise, the touchdown over the top. But it brings them to a field goal. They've lined it up very well. I don't foresee any issues getting it through those uprights, and there aren't any. Cal takes the lead. Now they're up 3. Leaves us with about 6 minutes. We're in control of our own destiny on 1st and 10. Going to get that out to Lewis Bond, and he is going to get upfield. Love getting our number 1 receiver the ball. 1st and 10. We get Reed Harris the ball again. He's going to catch it for 5. 2nd and 5. We're going to get that to Bond, and he's going to sit down and gain the 1st. Clock still ticking. We're being strategic with it. Going to hit this handoff to Richard, and he's going to juke them out of their shoes, get another 1st. 1st and 10. Wish that ball connected. We had him wide open. 2nd and 10. They've got Bond pressed up, and that's just brutal. What? I that's the end of the game for sure. Not sure exactly what happened. We'll take a look at it at the end there, but that's obviously it. All right, here we are. So James definitely clicked the wrong button here. We've got Reed Harris going out there. Skeet's breaking over the middle. Now at this point, I should have thrown it to Skeet, not Harris. Press the wrong button, obviously. But he's still kind of open here. But the DB just, I mean, look at the play that he makes. It's going right to Reed Harris, and he comes in at the last second. Reed is shaping up to catch this, and he just comes in and steals it. Can we seriously look at what's happening here? Coming to Reed's hands, and it just momentum warps to the defender. Do we see this? Am I crazy? Or does that have no business going into his hands? Look at that. It just warps right in. That's crazy, man. Oh, my God. It won't let me, change the camera angle on this snap. Whatever. Richard is going to get a first. All right, well, we're going to have to play the rest of this game completely disabled. We're going to get that over to Ingram, and he gets us another first. That's so weird. All right, we're back to normal. Whatever normal means. We'll get that to Bond again, pad his stats up a bit. 1st and 10, get a little play action going. We're going to have to throw that up for Bond. I mean, he doesn't even make a play on it, and then another pick. Can we be serious here? Whatever. I knew that these guys were going to give us problems. I'm not even worried about calling the timeouts. Cal's just going to run that ball. They're going to hike it whenever they do. And no gain there, but no real point in trying to win an unwinnable game. I think we've done enough damage to Grayson James's interceptions on the season. Throwing here is super distasteful, though. I'm giving you at least an incompletion there. Lose this one 31-21. Our amazing defense crumbled against some real competition in California. Their quarterback was 100% the player of the game. We'll look at the stats. I didn't mean to go all the way out. So our first loss of the season, obviously hard to stomach that. Grayson James, 3 interceptions. One of those, completely my fault. One of those, the computer just completely made happen. I don't feel like that made sense at all. I didn't look at the 3rd interception, but that one felt pretty to me as well. We did not get the rushing game going. Barely ran the ball at all, but we were playing from behind. Jordan McDonald got clamped, though. 2.6 per carry. Long run of 7 on the day. I mean, everybody had better than that. Grayson James even had a better run than that. But what do you want us to do? He was one of the few guys that had it going. I'll say that. Reed Harris, we forced it to him a good amount. Had a good catch to Franklin in, garbage time. But other than Lewis Bond, there wasn't a lot going on. Jaden Skeet with those 2 drops. Lewis Bond doesn't say he has a drop, but he definitely had one. One was right in his hands. Blackwell, Hutchins, Alexander, you saw their sacks. No interceptions for us. Barely any TFLs aside from the sacks. And looking at what Cal was able to do, 21 of 26 for 222 and 2 tutties. That's a pretty perfect game from Devin Brown. And they ran the ball. They didn't run it super efficiently. Kendrick Raphael definitely ate us up in the first half. Devin Brown got sacked a couple times, I believe. So other than those sacks, he killed us. To still have 21 positive yards after being sacked 3 times, that's pretty good. We didn't let any of their receivers go too crazy. Jacob DeJesus, whatever the real name there is, was cooking for a little bit, but on those RPOs, we kept him pretty contained. Jordan Sanford, 24. Remember, I mentioned his name at the beginning of the episode. Definitely knew we needed to look out for him. Ulave and Brent Austin, all the guys that we mentioned, had a pick. Super unfortunate. But luckily, that's not the only game of this episode. We are going to move on to the next week and play our game against Pitt. So I played this game against Pitt. I've been recording these videos in back storage on my USB drive, and this particular episode, I guess, was just so insane that it exceeded the limit size of 4 gigabytes for a file, so the entire file corrupted, the game corrupted. I would normally record this game again, but you're going to have to see how insane this game was. We had Eli Holstein and Pitt. We played from behind the whole game. Grayson James was okay. 31 of 40 is great, don't get me wrong, but not a lot of difficult passes. There was a play, Detrell Jones took the ball 97 yards, and I lateraled it on the 1 yard line. That's what this fumble is. And then we ended up getting a safety, and then I got him a touchdown on the next drive. It was just an absolutely ridiculous game. Jeremiah Franklin had an insane game, 73 yards for a touchdown. But the real star of the show was Jalen Blackwell. 18 tackles, 6 TFLs, 1.5 sacks, and an interception. KP Price had the game-sealing interception. The game was just too epic. I'm sorry that none of it is going to be uploaded to YouTube. I will show the highlights, though. This is the play where we get the fumble 6. 97 here comes in screaming hot. And their number 31 there, able to take it all the way. This is the play with Detrell Jones. We had just got a punt, and Detrell able to cut that up the field. I mean, he takes this all the way, 97 yards. And right here, I'm trying to think, oh, well, we can celebrate, right? And yeah, just ended up lateraling it back there. Not my finest moment, not even remotely, but we do get a safety there. Yeah, so Holstein ends up dropping back, and we got a safety there, so that explains the 9 points in the third quarter. And this is really the play of the game here. It's 26-21 at this point. We're up 5. We get this amazing play. KP Price just makes the read on it, intercepts that ball. But yeah, that's the game. 29-21 the final. We got a win. Second conference win of the year. I'll tell you what, we're going to get to the next week. I think we're going to have some good news to make up for it. And there we go. Quandre Cotton, our first 4-star commit. I'm excited about that. He was a 4-star gem, and he's not the only one. Brian Vernon, wide receiver from Connecticut, commits. That's all we got so far. Ben Maryland and Earl Cunningham are still undecided. We lost 3 other commits. And as I said, Jalen Blackwell, 1 interception. 10 tackles is not the right number. He had like 18 total, plus like 6 TFLs, and 1.5 sacks. But ACC Defensive Player of the Week for him, and National Defensive Player of the Week. Thank you, giving him the respect that he deserves. I was saying, obviously, in the gameplay that is now not available, that was one of the best games I've ever seen a defensive player have. He was all over the field. I'm going to take on the rest of this in the next episode, our game against Clemson. That's our first ranked opponent, our first real test of the year. I mean, they are a whole 10 overalls better than us. I don't foresee this game going well. I will upgrade the coach skills. I got like 16 points that I'm sitting on here. I want defensive backs to take less time to scout, and I want running backs. And then the next 2 upgrades, or next time I get to 16 points, I'll do these. But that's all I got for you in this episode. I hope you're enjoying the series. I'm just trying to get through the seasons a little bit quicker this time around. If you have any feedback, please feel free to let me know. I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.